Hi guys, what's up? Happy New Year 2025. We made it. We made it. Every day is a blessing. I'm grateful to be in the land of the living, still pursuing my goals, still living and healthy and all of that. So, big shout outs to the African Superstar family. This is my first official live stream of 2025. Yes. I did post a Unpopular Opinions yesterday, kind of talking about the Pop the Balloon dating show and how I don't like it. And I kind of go into details about that. And this topic kind of piggybacks on it, okay? Because in our society, I don't really get the logic a lot of times of things that become popular on social media, ideologies, outlooks, and all of that. And so I want to talk about what do simps and pick me's have in common. So if you're not up and you're not abreast on what these terms mean, a simp is kind of referred to as a guy who is soft on women. You know, if he's an online personality, this guy will often maybe appeal to women or take their side and, disagreements or debates or, whatever. In the context of a relationship, a simp is seen as someone who is soft for his woman. He takes care of her, he spends money on her. He's sometimes gentlemen who will marry, divorced women or women with children. These people are seen as simps. And what a pick me is basically the same kind of term for a female. A female who wants to be picked by a man. She says a lot of the things along the lines of what men may say, has typically a traditional or conservative outlook on what women should do, how they should behave and all of this kind of thing. So these terms have come up and these have been bestowed on these type of individuals. And I want to say, what do pick-me's and simps have in common? One thing that they have in common is they have been picked. They have been picked. Huh? So when you see the simp, quote unquote, he's got a woman. Hello. He's got a woman. He's got a girlfriend. He's married. And what does the pick me have in common? Well, she's been picked. Huh? She's got the juice. She's got what men like, what men want. The things she's talking about, she's applied them in her personal life and they are getting results. What do the people that hate on the simps and the pick-me's usually have in common? Hello, African Superstar family. What do they usually have in common? They lack what the simp and the pick-me have. And my question, what I want to ask the channel is, if, for instance, you are single and searching, okay, and you want success in your dating, endeavors, you're looking to settle down, you want a husband or a wife or whatever, you want a family, what do you actually, need to do to perhaps achieve those things? If you were smart, let's use a totally different example, not dating, okay? Let's say you want to be a professional athlete, okay? We only have a couple of you guys in here so far, but hopefully you guys can help me with the trivia questions. You want to be a professional athlete, okay? Some of you guys were athletes in high school and university. Maybe you did some pre-professional. What are some of the things you need to do to be successful as an athlete? Huh? Can I get some help in the chat room? Go ahead and pop in. Just let me know. What are some things that you need to do to, get yourself ready for professional athlete, professional sports, Olympics, championships, competitions, races? What are some of the things that are very important? Big shout out to African Superstar family. I need you guys in the building. First trivia question, okay? I'm going to say one of the first most critical things. You need to train, okay? If you are interested in being a professional athlete, okay, even if you're going up for the high school team, what you need to do is train, right? Okay, that can entail a lot of things. Going to the gym, exercising outdoors, running, if you're going into basketball or football or track, these things, they require a lot of endurance. They require a lot of you running back and forth on the court or doing races. You must train. Hello, guys. Are you guys there? Is the Superstar family in the building, please? Okay, please, please, please don't let me be here all alone on my first live stream of the year. What are some things you need if you were going to be a professional athlete? Some of you guys have played sports. Do you not know what's required? Don't be shy. What's up? What's up? What's up, family? I'm saying this to say that, for instance, if you are in the dating world or you are pursuing relationships, you must condition yourself to be ideal for that. If you want to be picked, for instance, thank you, Patrick, for offering your contributions. Exactly. Constant training. Okay. He's talking about if you want to be an athlete, what are some things that you have to do? Professional athletes, they train every day. Some of them, they train twice a day. There's a bodybuilder that goes to my local gym in Ghana. He works out twice a day. I see him in the mornings when I go, and he told me he works in the evenings as well. It takes a lot of tenacity to prepare yourself to be selected. My hats are off to the simps, and my hats are off to the pick-me's, because they have learned what the rest of you people don't know. And the crazy thing is, the rest of you people want what the simps and the pick-me's have. Huh? You wish. You wish. I don't know any single simps out there. I see the simps being maligned for marrying single mothers, for, being likable, being, whatever, doing, catering to their women, spending on their women, spoiling their women. Hello, they have women. The people in the comments don't, and are critiquing what that person has done to get the things that they want. So at night, who's the real simp? The man going home to his woman, going to get in the bed with his woman, going to get some attention, some loving from his woman, going to get a home-cooked meal from his woman, or you in the comments that all you got is your phone. You're going to be on TikTok late in the night. And ladies, because we are particularly susceptible to listening to everybody and their mama telling us what we should and shouldn't put up with. We shouldn't do this. He's not good enough for you and all of this stuff. Look, let me tell you something. One of the questions I want to pose to the ladies is, especially you ladies with outlandish expectations. Okay, some of you guys have crazy expectations in relationships. I want to ask you, do you know a man? Have you ever met a man that meets those standards that you have set? Okay, do you know a living, breathing, I'm not talking about some celebrity or a fictional character from a book, but do you know a man in real life that meets those expectations? Because it could be that your standards are really, really unrealistic. And unfortunately, if you carry on like that, you won't be part of the pick-me's. You'll be part of the strong independent, the single independent. What's up, family? Big shout out to the Afrikan Superstar family. First live stream of the year. I'm talking about, what do simps and pick-me's have in common? I often talk about on this channel, I'm not part of that strong independent. Okay. When it comes to relationships, I feel like, yeah, I want to cater to my man. I want him to do this and do that. And I'm not the type. Some girls, oh, he's not He's not this, he don't have, if the guy, for me, what's important is character. I need a brother who's independent, which is actually very rare to find. Believe it or not, they're living with this person, that person, ex-wife, baby mama, homeboys. I understand, sometimes, especially with the high cost of living in the Western world, people have roommates and all that kind of stuff. But actually, it's kind of hard to find independent guys. But that's a whole nother topic. But, I look for the characteristics of a man more than, for instance, the material things, because I've already talked about it on the channel. I feel that people with a lot of material things, a lot of times they're compensating for all the deficits of who they are, and they know that these materials will attract a lot of people and get them, exposure and all this stuff. But when you get along with that person, and this can be evidenced by why a lot of famous people, a lot of prominent people, they have multiple marriages. Sometimes they have lots of divorces and all this relationship problems, because ideally the person is not, husband material. The person is not wife material. The person just looks good. The person may physically be beautiful. The person may have a lot of money, but when you get along with the person, you guys can't even have a conversation. There's no chemistry. There's no spark. There's no cohesion in the relationship. So for me, those elements are more important. But I do see a lot of young ladies rejecting people that would be good partners. And they sing the sad song at the end. What's wrong with being a pick-me? If you want to be picked, ladies, what's wrong with doing what your man wants? What makes him happy? What will, what makes your household flow? What's wrong with that? And it's always completely mind-boggling to me how those in relationships, those in marriages, okay, not the dysfunctional ones, but the ones that are working, will be influenced by those outside of relationships that don't even have successful relationships. Like so many of you guys are influenced by Kevin Samuels, Cynthia G, Andrew Tate. These people don't have success in marriage and relationships. Why the hell are you listening to them? Telling you, convincing you're high value. You don't have to put up with this. You deserve a man who does this and this and this. When this person doesn't even have the track record to say what should stand. It's crazy. So I am promoting my audience to start recalibrating, using critical thinking. Figure out what's going to work, the dynamics, what's going to work in your relationship. All right. And if you want that person, you want things to work, then you guys will formulate your own, methodology in your household. What one man needs or wants and what one woman wants or needs is not the same. Okay. So you can look at your friend and be like, well, this is how they run their house. This is how they run their marriage. That may not be applicable for you. Find out what your mate wants and needs and do that. A lot of times your mate will communicate to you what they want, what they need, their expectations of you or whatever. Just open up your ears and listen. Big shout outs. Thank you, Teddy Davis. I'm glad you listened. Yeah, because I'm intellectual. See? So, this crisis that goes on in the Black community between Black men and women, and then we're having a show like the Pop the Balloon, which is humiliating. There's a lot I didn't even say in that video because obviously I was out and about and I was waiting on my niece. But that dating show, in my opinion, it's humiliating. Okay? Because in the clips that I posted, and if you guys haven't seen that video, I'm referring to the Pop the Balloon. I posted an unpopular opinion about why I hate that show. It's humiliating. So let's just say you were going on there looking for a prospective partner. There was a really nice, handsome gentleman came. He was clean. He was well-dressed. He didn't have any tattoos. I mean, he was well-groomed. The guy presented himself well. And when he talked about, he's into humanitarian work and community outreach and all this stuff, the brother is a standout, intelligent, eligible young man. All right. These women, the minute he walked out, they all popped their balloons for some reason. Some of them were complaining about his height. Some of them were saying that he resembled family members. You know, one girl complained about his outfit. And I'm thinking, like, that is humiliating. I mean, just imagine you in that person's shoe. Just imagine you going on a dating show, and the minute that somebody just looks at you, just your appearance, they pop their balloons. You know, that is demoralizing, in my opinion. You know, and it would be different if they say, okay, give your introduction and things like that, and, you know, wait until he introduced himself and then pop the balloon. So it's not basically purely off of maybe your appearance. Maybe they heard you say something, or maybe there's a difference in lifestyle or something that they don't like, but they're basing it purely off of your appearance. When you come in, how you're dressed, maybe your hair, whatever, and it's crazy. Then we walk away from such instances, and we, especially ladies, especially ladies, the shortage of men, quality men, eligible men is few. And I see women from the West becoming passport cis, flocking over here to Africa, for instance, getting with guys, you know, 15, 20 years younger than them, flying men out, doing their papers, sponsoring them. They're doing all this, but meanwhile, an eligible bachelor is coming to their environment and they're saying that this person is not up to par. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, guys. And we have to recalibrate the way that we think. If you want things to work, okay, focus on that. There's also a lot of focus on external things in our environment. Okay, people are worried about social media, worried about reality TV, worried about Rihanna and Rocky, ASAP Rocky, and every other thing. What's going on in your house? What's going on with your kids? Huh? What's up with your husband? What's up with your wife? Your household's falling apart and your attention is elsewhere. Duh. Okay, my girlfriends, if any of them are here, they can attest. If we're on the phone or something like that, and my man calls, I tell them, hey, so-and-so, I got to take this call. I'll call you right back. Or if I'm out and he calls or whatever, the show stops. And I got to see what's up. Okay? To some girls, oh, girl, I ain't calling him back. He can wait. Well, whatever your man requires is what you need to figure out. Whatever your woman requires is what you need to figure out. And do that. Give them what they require. Give them what they need. Give them what they want. Depriving your mate of what they want and need is a surefire way to create problems in your relationship. Huh? Yes. Even the strongest tree branch can crumble under immense pressure and weight. Don't put people to foolish test. You know, and I know, again, we come from a culture that is dysfunctional. I think a lot of, information that we circulate in the West is very, very dysfunctional. Our community shows that, living in the international community, living here in the motherland, and I've had an opportunity to observe different ways of life and outlooks. Women here don't mind catering to their man. They don't mind having children. They don't mind putting their family family first. In as much most people that I've met here in Ghana are educated, higher education, for instance, very important here. It doesn't supersede family. It does not. Versus in the West, we're promoted to focus on our education and our career. And we're told a lie that, guys are always going to be there. Don't worry about them. Focus on okay. And it's a lie. And now we are having an epidemic of women in their, 30s, 40s, trying to scramble and settle down because they realize that they've been lied to. So it's very important someone communicates this to you guys that, look, if you are single and searching, make yourself appetizing. If that makes you a pick me, okay, and people are mad at you because you done got picked when they don't have a man, that's their problem. Because just like I gave the example, if you were going up for any other thing, you would ready yourself. If you were going for a job interview, okay, you would ready yourself. If you were trying out for sports, you would ready yourself. If you were going to an audition, you would ready yourself. Okay, if you were a musician and you had a show, you had a studio session, you would rehearse, you would prepare. Relationships are no different. You want to put your best foot forward. It's not just appearance wise. Get your life together. Get your finances together. Get your appearance together. You know, make yourself appetizing. I could be going to Netflix and chill with my man. Huh? I could be going to Netflix and chill with my man. I'm still going to do a little makeup. I'm still going to wear a nice outfit. I'm still going to put on my expensive perfume as if I was going out to be seen. Why? Because I want to look good for him. You know, I want him to be, oh, baby, you look pretty. I like your hair, I like your dress. And that's what he does. That's how he does. So every time I see him, I'm always decked out. And that's just that. But some of you guys, you don't realize. And that's why you're not getting picked. And don't be mad at the person who get picked. If you were smart, you would observe what the people that are getting picked do, what they have to say, instead of people who have not been picked have to say. You guys, does anybody shout out to the family? I'm going to read comments. I'm going to go through and read comments. So if you have anything to say, please leave it in the chat room. Does anybody here remember the game dodgeball? If you guys ever play dodgeball, just put a number 1 in the chat. Big shout out to the African superstar family. I don't even know if kids now modern day play dodgeball, but back in our day, we used to play dodgeball. And one thing about dodgeball is you gotta get picked. Okay, so usually they're going to be the 2 team captains. Okay, and they're going to pick until everybody has been picked. Okay, when you're listening to people like Kevin Samuels, you're listening to Cynthia G. These people are the last to be picked. Okay, these are like, if you can envision that game of dodgeball, and again, it's kind of humiliating. Okay, it's kind of humiliating because, I mean, I ain't never been the last pick, and I feel, you know, my heart goes out to any of you guys if you experienced that. But obviously, you know how it feels when you're the last pick. You know, and sometimes you got picked because you were just the last person available. Like you were, your teacher said, okay, well, you go to that team. You go to that team. Okay, nobody wants to be like that. Okay, but there's reasons why the others get picked first. Okay, Tunde's faster. You know what I'm saying? Keisha, she's aggressive with the dodgeball. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Gina, she runs fast. We want her on the team. Okay, if you want to be picked, being a pick me is not a bad thing, guys. I'm sorry. If you're a lady and you want to get a man, you want to be married, being picked is the goal. Being picked is the goal. Hello. If you're a man and you're lonely and you want a woman, you want a family, you want to settle down, being a simp, hey, it's getting you what you want. And if we're honest, do you think that men and women who have lots of partners, have lots of failed relationships, men that are womanizers, men that have all these children all over the place, do you think they really enjoy all of that? Do you think that's really a life worth living? I'm being honest here. Do you think they really like that? Huh? For the ladies with children with multiple fathers. If we have anybody who can be honest, if they're in that situation, do you enjoy that? Huh? Do you enjoy that? You know, it's a big to-do to get your family all together. Do you enjoy that one of the men for some of your kids is responsible, but the other man is not? Do you enjoy fighting for child support? Huh? You don't enjoy that. Men with women all over the place, kids all over the place, paying child support all over the place. You don't enjoy that. You couldn't. If you care. You know, so we've got to stop idolizing people that are not happy and fulfilled in their lives, putting them on a pedestal, and then the people that figured out the recipe, we heckle them. Because for me, the life of me, I want to be picked by the man who I want. I mean, I don't see what's wrong in that. You know, it's just like if your objective is to grow here on social media, then you create content that's going to allow you to do that. You want that. You want viewers. You want the income. You want the exposure. You want a lot of subscribers or whatever. So you're going to create the content that will draw them to you. So in short, what do Simps and Pick Me's have in common? They have been picked. Okay? They have figured out the recipe of how to get their objectives achieved, and they have been successful. And a lot of you people in the comments are just haters because you want what they have, but you haven't figured out the recipe. And they're even telling you what to do, but you don't even listen. And maybe if you have a relationship, your partners may be telling you what to do, but you don't listen. And that's why you're not successful. Huh? Yes. And in other words, sometimes it's you. You are the problematic person. You have the unresolved emotional issues. You're the one who came from the dysfunctional background, and you're the one destroying potential successful relationships because of your inability to, have those relationships or whatever. Some of you guys self-sabotage. If it's too good without drama, you think something's wrong because you're used to that drama, quotient in your life. It's time to examine what's happening, guys. It's time to break some of these things down. It's time to stop being a part of the demise of our own people because of stupidity. Shout out to the African superstar family. Okay, let me read some of these comments. I gotta go. Guess what, guys? Dr. Umar is here in Ghana, and guess who's gonna go see him today? Yes, me. So I have to get ready for the event. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Yes. What's up, Serious Punch? I see you in the building. Sir Patrick is with us. Yes, I did. My first trivia question was, if you were going for professional sports, you were going to the Olympic tryouts, what would you do to ready yourself? People, again, talk about these pick-me's, these simps, and try to hate on them. They're just positioning themselves to get what they want. And I see one thing in common a lot of times with those people. They have relationships. They have relationships. They got it going on. For the ladies who are pick-me's, they got a man. I saw one viral TikTok video a couple months ago, and this girl was in the kitchen cooking. And she was in the kitchen cooking, and she looked really pretty, like she had done her hair and makeup, and she was kind of dancing a little bit. And the girls were all in the comments like, oh, because basically the men had came on the video, and they were like, oh my goodness, you look so pretty. Like, I bet what you cooking is good. You should cook for me. And the hater girls who didn't have no man came on there and was like, oh, she's just a pick me. What's so special about her? Anybody can do this. And I said, look, okay, but the irony was the girl in the video, she already married. Her dancing, cooking routine in the kitchen landed her the ring that she wanted. I mean, I don't know all the dynamics of their marriage, but she seemed pretty happy. But hey, if you want to be picked, what's wrong being a pick me? I don't get it. Okay, competition out here stiff. You trying to play hard to get, ladies, gentlemen. thinking that the person who's interested in you gonna just pursue you forever. You crazy. You rather take the opportunity that, hey, this person seems like they have a lot of potential. Let me show my interest. Let me go ahead and try to. Hello, big shout out to the family. Yes, Mr. Africano, thank you so much, dear. Happy New Year. What's up, sweetheart? Dolphin Wheels, I see you there. Thank you so much for being there, and thank you for the compliments. Happy New Year to you. Mr. Teddy Davis is with us. He enjoyed my video yesterday, and I'm glad that it was thought-provoking, because I know that a lot of our people just they're all entertainment, and entertainment to our own demise. This crisis in our community between Black men and women, it's no laughing matter. It's no laughing matter. Huh? And you, Mr. or Mrs. Single Searching, and you think this stuff is funny. It's not funny. And when I watched that pop the balloon, I said, I bet these girls, first of all, the brother that they dissed, the brother that they rejected, I'm sure his DMs got full after that show. Because I'm pretty sure there was loads of women that was like, oh yeah, I would love to date you. You're a nice young man. You got it going on. Okay. And I think it may have been Teddy who made the point on the video. White women would have jumped all up on him. But then the sisters would have been dogging him when he went for the white woman, but he wasn't good enough for the Black woman. He wasn't tall enough. They didn't like his outfit. Again, superficial things. Superficial things. Not, the brother had a job. He had a career. He was put together. That was not the analysis. The analysis was, oh, you're too short. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I probably wouldn't go for an extremely short man. I'm not that tall. I'm 5'4". I know a lot of people think I'm tall, but I'm not that tall. But I probably realistically wouldn't. Somebody his height, or maybe a little bit taller, it's okay. I mean, yeah, I like a tall man like any other woman. But again, I'm assessing character. I'm looking at the big picture. Okay. I'm looking at chemistry. I'm looking at intellect. I'm looking at all of that. Okay. I'm looking at baggage. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have a tall, fine brother and he don't have nothing going on for himself. So when you're looking for a long-term partner, you should be looking for a comprehensive mate. And again, not all this material stuff. Oh, he got to have a car. He got to have 6 figures. He got to have all this superficial kind of stuff and another pro tip as I move on. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Ladies, you get with these guys with all this, financial whatever, breadwinner sometimes, and he knows that you're with him because of the money. A lot of you ladies position yourself for domestic violence because these men feel like, yeah, this woman, she just wants me for my goods or whatever. And if you get out of line, you start trying to weigh in your household, that's when the abuse starts, because he feels like I'm taking care of everything. I can do what I want to do. And you don't genuinely like me. You're here for what I can offer you. So there becomes this like toxic, unhealthy kind of relationship. A lot of those type of situations, so be careful, ladies. All right. Big shout out to the family. Teddy says he's talking about the video. He said none of the reasons sounded valid. If you ask me, what does height have to do with love? And that's what I'm saying. I personally just think that show is humiliating, because how confident could you feel if you just come out in front of a group of strangers? You think you look nice. You did your hair. You got a nice haircut, whatever. You go in front of these women and immediately they pop the balloon. Or you're a lady going in front of all these guys. They take one look at you. They just pop the balloon. I just think it's I hate that show. So that's why I had to make the video, because I just think it's a horrible concept. We should be promoting cohesion among our, why can't they come up with a very romantic, kind of relationship show or something like that? I mean, I don't understand it. In the climate that we're in, where relationships are complex between black men and black women in the West, this is what you come up with, all for the sake of entertainment and money. I don't know. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? Dolphin Will says, I went through the same way when I was dating. I'm in a wheelchair, so men didn't know what to do. Now I'm with a good man who doesn't see my disability, but my internal beauty. Wow. Shout outs to you, Dolphin Wills. I understand the wheels now. That's what's up, girl. But see, look. Dolphin Wills got a man. Huh? Dolphin Wills got a man. Some people would think having a disability would impede your, ability to date. And I'm sure it has been challenging, like she mentioned. But, I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. You want to be picked. You want to be selected. I'm sure that she has things to offer. She maybe have a beautiful personality, a beautiful face, really friendly, really nice, really outgoing, whatever it is. But she got a man, even in her situation. So when you guys, I'm trying to program you right. When you want to be picked, what's wrong with being a pick me? You want to be picked. I want to be the apple of my man's eye. I want to be everything that he's about. When he sees other women, I want him to think, I already got Gina. I'm not interested in nobody else. What's wrong with being picked? Hello. Big shout out to the family. Teddy says, remember how Kevin Samuels died? He was with a prostitute. It didn't set a good example. Oh, but all the people, they was quiet about that though, Teddy. They wanted to be taking his viral clips, taking everything he had to say as gospel, but they didn't talk about that. Because I'm always telling you guys, analyze the people that are, advising you. When it comes to relationships, if a person's advising you, they should have success. Some people say, well, a person who's maybe failed can tell you their pointers. But again, they failed for one reason or another. They failed. And that personal analysis may be good for you to reflect so that you know what to do to avoid that. Now, if they want to talk about what I did to get divorced, yeah, then they have the ground. But if you're looking for success in relationships, you're looking for longevity in relationships, you should be advised by someone who has achieved that realistically. Okay, Kevin Samuels should not be your guide. Cynthia G should not be your guide. Andrew Tate should not be your guide. If you don't want the life they're having, then they should not be your guide. Okay? Big shout out to the African superstar. What's up, Tony Africa? I see you there. Thank you, African goddess. I see your super chat. Much love to our first and only super chat donor today. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate it. What's up, Blockavelli? I see you. Look, Blockavelli, look. My wife, What did he say? My wife, My wife is taller than me. Okay, Blockavelli. Okay. And the reality is like, yes, we may have an aesthetic. Okay. We may want a certain type of, I've already told you guys my type. You guys can probably figure it out. Tall, dark, handsome, macho man. That's what I love. Okay. However, I have dated men kind of outside that spectrum. Brown skin, not as tall. One of my boyfriends who I love so much, he kind of had a little pot belly. And I kind of liked his little pot belly. I used to play with it. You know what I'm saying? But again, these men, you never hear me come on here and dog men. Never. Not even my ex-husband. You don't. Because I have to say, maybe dynamics didn't work out. In a couple of cases, we weren't really compatible at the end of the day. Mostly what's been the challenge for me is the fact I want to live in Africa. And, you guys have seen that happen with Fifi. I was dealing with Philip. There's been a couple others that it's like, I'm going to be in Ghana and that's where I want to be. And either they didn't take me seriously, thought I was joking or whatever. That's usually my hang up. It's never this man is a low down, dirty rascal, blah, 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 blah. You know? But again, guys, today's question is, if you want to be picked, what's wrong with being a pick me? If you want you want a woman and you're ready to do what your woman needs, what it takes to make her happy. If you're called a simp, so what? You're winning at the end of the day. The end of the day is going to tell you if you're winning or not. Do you have your objectives achieved? That's how you know. Okay, if the person who you wanted wants you back, huh? What did Teddy Pendergrass say? Somebody wants you back. Yeah. Hello. So I challenge my audience to, again, recondition your mind, especially the single and searching. You're doing Passport Bro and Sis, you're online dating, you've been on Match.com, Tinder, everything, looking for everybody. Hello. Reevaluate your stuff. If you've met anyone of quality, it might be worth you doing the needful to preserve that relationship, because these streets is wild out here, guys. That's just the truth. Okay? Big shout outs to the Afrikan Superstar family. Obviously, I want to remind you guys, I did drop a lot of new music as the 12 Days of Christmas on the channel. I put out a bunch of audios. So please make sure you check out the new, well, they're not new songs, but new to the channel. Make sure you go check those out. And you can also purchase the EP exclusively at Bandcamp. I have 3 EPs out. For every action, there's a reaction, STAR, and my most recent one, which is Iconic. And check that out. Okay, family? Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.